Porch Monkey.
All right, we going now.
Yo.
It's the mother
loving Porch Monkey podcast. Special Sunday edition.
Yes.
We had to do it because we got a champ in the building.
He is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Bad News native,
The
NO native,
the serial killer.
P for P champ. I'm trying to build him up.
Yeah, I'm trying to build him up.
Yeah, before we give it down. Yeah, P for P champ.
If you on our pages, then you know who this man is.
You know who it is, man.
Because it's out the same circle.
Seen him personally, witnessed personally with my own two eyes, not teeth loose back in the day. Before he's calmed down and took it to a professional level. So
let's introduce
Kenyon
Cornflake,
the serial killer.
How you in the building?
My, what's up?
Everything's good.
I am known as Cornflake, the serial killer.
Okay.
One of backyard's biggest fight names underneath Kimbo Slice.
Come on.
That's how I feel.
That's
what it is. That's what it is.
That's what I'm shooting for.
Yes, sir.
To carry on the legacy of his.
Rest in peace to Kimbo.
Yes,
Rest
sir. But around my way, I'm just the average dude, Kenyon Johnson.
Okay.
But when that bell ring, I'm called the serial killer for a reason.
It is, man. All right. Gets busy.
So, being that you say Kimbo Slice, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you take it to that level where you just walking around, like
bare knuckles?
Well,
they wasn't really technically bare knuckle because they had the.
I'm saying okay, but I'm saying the way he did it though, like I know you do. Like y'all do y'all events, correct?
That's right.
But would you ever take it to the way Kimbo sliced it? Like he was just walking up, to meet dudes outside or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, okay.
Yeah. This dude can fight in this area. Okay, let's look at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. I would have loved to have done that when we was in high school.
Right.
Fighting against different neighborhoods and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where you had the OGs of each neighborhood. They would have put up some money like, I got a guy that's about 15 years old can be the guy that's the best fighter.
I got you.
It didn't have to be 15 years old because back in them days, I was still dropping grown men.
Right. But for law purposes, we might not.
Right.
Because somebody there. But you're right, man. Because that would have been a dope thing for the OGs to do. Because they did it with basketball, they did it with football. Take these little dudes out here that got serious hands, and let's go up against this neighborhood. You know what I mean?
That's right. Put a little money in their pocket. And at that time, once you get a guy fighting, automatically his mind gonna go, I want to train.
Right.
So here it is. You didn't trick them from being just a street fighter. Now you preparing to be an amateur boxer or professional boxer, and the game go deep. Everything is psychological, man. You know what I'm saying?
So let's start at the beginning real quick. Cornflake, man. Like when did you know? Because let's be honest. There's niggas that can fight and there's niggas that can fight. You know what I'm saying? We all know that growing up. So when did you know you kind of was separated from everybody else as far as like I'm kind of elite with this shit?
Well, when we first moved here from Louisiana, I could fight back in Lake Charles, Louisiana. But when I got here, it was like guys was on different levels, size, and all that other stuff. And I wasn't really a bully type, but I knew I could fight.
Right.
But if I start crying when I was fighting you, that's all she wrote. And then I get to the point if I can't beat you to your hands, I put these crooked rolls in you. I put these crooked teeth in you. I'm gonna win regardless. But I think I realized I really could really fight was in middle school.
Okay.
And then once you get that name, I ain't had no name for being no pretty dude because I had acne real bad. My teeth was crooked. So I had to make a name for something to get the girls to pay attention to me. So, once my name got to pop, and I said, well, dang, I gotta keep it popping. So I gotta keep fighting. And then next, the word spread out, and then bam, then came the girls. Even the ugly one, the pretty ones, the ugly ones down on me off top.
Who would it be when I lose it up?
Yeah. They know they protected when they come outside. They know it ain't nothing gonna happen.
We can ride our bikes together in peace.
Yeah.
I can take it. It was back in the day before you had the AYA dance. Ain't nobody gonna fight you.
Ain't nobody. You go with fun lovers, ain't nobody fucking with you.
True.
Oh
exactly.
Man, that's what's up, man. And then we know if you know Flake and you know his story, you know what I'm saying, throughout the years, faced a certain circumstance, you know what I mean? And I'll let you kind of go from there, which maybe kind of hindered you going the professional route because you had to deal with that. If you care to elaborate.
ever since we was living on 4 years of Army base, I was going to Reservoir Middle School, but at that time, that's when I met Larry B.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
a
Shout
guy
out
by the
Larry
name
B.
of Jerry.
Yeah,
Rest in
shout
peace,
out
Larry B.
Yeah,
My brother
rest in
forever.
peace, man.
And you know, living on Army base and meeting guys off the base, life was different. You see dudes, they dressed up different. They got the Gumbies with the dyes and stuff. You're like, man, this stuff's serious off this Army base.
Yeah.
So, he had an older brother named Lo, and Lo was in the game at that time. So, me and Larry B got closer and closer and closer. And then I started sneaking off the Army base and started hanging in Ashton Green where all these guys lived at and stuff. And I started to see a different world. And I was like, wow.
Attracted to it.
Yeah. Then, I already had a name for fighting. So I said, well, man, all these guys got all the shoes. They had the Ewans back there.
Right. All the fresh.
All the fresh
shit.
I had those Ewans and those
polo boots and all that. Yeah, man.
The triple fat goose goat coats and stuff. I was like, let me see if I can get my hands on this at a young age without my mom knowing.
Right.
Yeah. So I linked up with Larry B. He started showing me a different world. And then that's when things started to escalate.
So you said like what, 95, 94, 94, 95? Okay.
And then that's when I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I always had the thrill of drug money and the drug game and stuff. So I was like, well, let me start tapping in with him. And he started showing me a few things about the street on how to get money, who to look, not to mess with. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he really schooled me to a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, about the street. And then after that stuff started escalating, you get your guns and then you get your cars.
That's part of that. That's what comes with that.
Now, your first experience is when you have to pull that gun out on somebody.
Yeah.
And then the power, not even having to squeeze the trigger, just the power of pulling that gun out on somebody and seeing the fear in them took it to a whole nother level. Yeah, and then when you go in the woods and let that thing off for the first time,
that power.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This shit sounds sweet to the ears, into the hand.
Yeah.
Then you get the trigger finger itchy. Then you want to shoot at people at parties. So it went to a different level. And then by the time I finally got tore off, I was in and out of jail in detention for a long time. But when I finally got tore off and went to prison, was I caught a charge in Williamsburg, gun charge, shooting joint, robbery thing, and all that other type stuff. But the wild part is,
how old was you there?
I was 22, 23 at that time.
Man, see, that case around the same.
Yeah. See, but the wild part about it is that the system is so corrupt in Williamsburg that they didn't charge me for what I really did. They just charged me for everything that was said. Even 2 guns they charged me with didn't have my fingerprints on it, had the forensic test and all that other stuff. They found one gun that was so rusty that when you shoot it, you're gonna have W.
That's a one shot.
You gonna have a holster for the gun and a holster for the can. I was like, y'all not gonna get that to me, all y'all. And sure enough, they gave it to me.
Commonwealth, man.
So they gave me life plus 30, suspend everything, except for 18.
Man, wait a minute, life plus 30.
Nobody got shot. Nobody got killed that night.
But for the people who don't know, Williamsburg, Virginia, though, ain't for us.
Yeah. Virginia in the whole, not I ain't gonna say ain't for us, but the Commonwealth. When because I caught my case out here in Georgia, and I thought Georgia was fucked Virginia. But when I used to hear my brothers talk about their case, I used to be like, God damn, nigga, I thought I got did dirty. You know what I'm saying? Facing 65 with no victim and still had to go to trial. You know what I'm saying? With nobody to be like, yeah, he did it. You know what I mean? Like,
smoke my boots.
What that means is they want that for us because they figure after we get said charges, that is over for us. From that point.
And you got 3 brothers right here that prove that whole fucking thing wrong. That you can bounce back from that. You know
I want to move forward. You say you caught that charge. You caught the charge at 20. And I don't know how many years you did, but I know
almost 16 years and some months.
Okay. So that sounds like the story of the hurricane almost.
Yeah.
I mean, without the people getting killed or whatever.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But, because it's a lot of black wasted talent, that we have because we get caught up in the system.
I ain't gonna say wasted. I'll say unseen.
Unseen
is better. Yeah.
But over time it get wasted because when you in prison, you not living, you just existing.
Bro, it's like somebody pushed pause on your life.
Exactly.
You just watching everybody do what they do, and every now and then you tap in, you call. I used to be on some shit. I used to almost hate calling home sometimes, yo. I used to be like, cause bro, I used to be like, cause I did nowhere near the time he did. Only did 4.5.
Yeah.
I used to be like, you know what? I feel like a nuisance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's moving on with their life. I'm calling you, asking you what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm good, y'all. Have it, enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm all right, man. You know what I mean?
So true.
I used to go through my spells with like every month and a half. I wouldn't hear from nobody. Then they write a letter. Yo, what the fuck going on?
Yeah.
Now I gotta let you know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't
Yeah.
in a hole. Everything good. I'm just letting y'all live life, man. So, and you, 17, I can only imagine, bro.
Exactly, man.
Different.
I was telling Rico the day before yesterday when I spun at Rico Dale House. What's up, boy, Rich Neck?
What up?
How I was sitting in the hole one time, and I told the story because this to many people, because this is the only story that really sticks out to me. That here it is, I had 18 years, and here it is, I went to the hole again for beating somebody up and stuff, and then they finally brought that's what they do, they lock you up and then they separate your stuff what you can and can't have in the hole. Right. And then they brought my stuff, and I'm looking at all the calendars and the years I scratched off, and I had to count the years up of how much time I had left, and I had 9 years left, and that joint just I ain't even finished unpack. I left everything by the door, man. Just laid down and went to sleep because the ride it won't close to being over with. When I reached 5 years left, that's when I was like, you know what, I can do this. Yeah. It's almost over with. Right. Yeah. But 9 years still seemed like a stretch. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So but the wild part is that when I was in there, I kept going to school. Nice. I took a few college courses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I ain't finished. I had to go to the hole or get kicked off of prison, you know. Don't try to bully me because I'm quiet. that was a lesson I was teaching.
Right.
And then I educated myself. I played sports, I trained other people, and I ran. Nice. And you know, even dudes were like, "Yo, how you fighting them boots, them slave-looking boots, them prison boots?" Them was the boots here. Regardless if I had sneakers or not, I ran the yard.
Wow.
In them boots. Mm. I ran the yard in them boots. So my feet got accustomed to them boots and stuff. I can run miles and hours in them boots.
Without no calluses, no nothing.
No bunion and nothing. So yeah, I came accustomed to that. But that's what I said. I told myself at that time. I also had a female in my corner. Her name was Miss Lorna Johnson. She passed away a few years ago. She held me down. She held me down, man, for my first 5 years in prison, man. She even paid for an appeal lawyer for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Big. And she lived in Tennessee and would drive to Tennessee once a month and spend the weekend there with me. You know, so even though you locked down, visitation made you feel like, man, I'm out a little bit.
Yeah, that's that connection. Yep.
You know, I would buy chapsticks for visitation, everything, make sure my lips soft for the smooch time.
You said you get on that dance floor, everybody know what I'm talking about. You get on that dance floor, boy, you got to be shining. Your kicks got to be right. You know what I mean? You get your crispiest fucking whites, because we had whites for public prison movies and shit. But
you pay the laundry, the Iron Man, the iron your stuff up.
Get that extra starch.
Yeah.
That's the joint you keep under the bunk. Nice and pressed.
Yeah. So that's what it was like, babe. But it was depressing though to see how people would get treated in there and how we would do each other. Because after a while, I caught myself. I think I had like 6 years left, and I realized, I said, man, I became an animal. Because that's how the system made you start thinking. You had to fight each other all the time. You had to be on point of each other all the time. Because honestly, dudes in there trying to survive.
And you know what'd be crazy about that too? You gotta same nigga you might have to fight. You gotta hold down just in case some racial shit pop up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, okay, well, I can't let you be fooled in front of me. So now you know what I mean. I gotta hold you down just because it's a Spanish black thing, a white black thing, whatever the case may be. So. Like you said, man, this is too many different emotions, man. And you know, they say mentally it takes somebody 5 years to readjust back to society. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can honestly, and this is just speaking for myself, I can honestly see that because sometimes I find more comfort chilling in the room because it's just a box. You know what I'm saying? Got my TV there. And sometimes I find more comfort than that. Like if we wasn't doing this, I would be in my room watching the game as opposed to
alone.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I catch myself like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
You know.
And that's peaceful.
And it's peaceful as fuck.
When I get in relationships, females don't understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? When I get in a room, I want to be at peace. You can lay there, you can sit there, but really don't. We can hug out maybe for a little while.
Let me get me though.
Yeah.
Let me get that peace of mind.
That shit is bugged out. So I'm glad, I never said this before, really. I know there's a couple people that know that, but I'd be like, it's just kind of weird. I just kind of like to be in a box sometimes. Like,
True.
I think the meditation part is what it really is. Like you just alone with your thoughts. Mm-hmm. I just think it's just a deep meditation at that time. Really, you just get to. And then once you get that out the way,
right, we back at it. You know what I'm saying? So my bad. Go ahead.
I wanted to say, from there, coming home.
That's what I was doing.
Coming home, day one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What was your mindset when you hit the blade? What was your mindset then?
Honestly, when I was coming home. You time after all doing so much time or just coming home, period, you can't sleep and all that stuff because you're anxious to be out there. To me, it felt like another transfer to me from prison to prison. And I didn't want to be too excited because it was still a dream of coming home. Because I done laid in that rack so many years and ran around that yard so many years, lifting weights so many years, thinking about this day. And now here it is, it came. And I'm like, I got to see it. And when I came home, my daughter's mother, Sean, and my daughter, Ashlyn, came pick me up from Greenville Correctional Facility, and I got all my stuff, you know what I'm saying? I snuck out my prison boots. And even when I was inside the car going back to Newport News, I was just, my daughter was in the back seat and she kept playing different music for me and stuff. But I'm still looking out the window. It still didn't feel real. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel real until the next morning I woke up. So even that night, I had to get me some.
Even
that night of getting it, I was like, that's too much work. That was too much work. You fantasize about when you gonna have sex and this and that when you come home. You had all the nasty material when you was in prison. You had all the special lotion in prison and stuff.
The feet,
showers and all.
So after that, I told her, I said, that's too much work. You have to start being on top. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my hips right. But that's when I realized I was home. You know what I'm saying? Spending more time with my mom and stuff, seeing my daughter and just listening. And then, I picked all the restaurants I wanted to eat at, and the Outback place was the first place I went to because I used to see the commercials in prison all the time. Man, I get to that place, I like this place nasty. This place nasty. So, after that, I went to Buffalo Wild Wing and got chicken wasted, and that's when my chicken wasted career started. What I'm saying? But
shout out to Buffalo Wild Wing.
It didn't really hit me, man, for real. And I'm not gonna front. Even to this day, it still crossed my mind. I can't believe I did all that time. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much time wasted. Like when I see people that I grew up with, like y'all and everybody else, I'm like, man, they got it going on. But here it is. I'm still playing catch up.
But not really. Because that's what be the weird shit about it. When you do come home and you kind of readjust, and now you got your thing going. You're like, well, wait a minute, I'm not as far as behind as I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, again, like you said, 17, 18 years. That's totally different because you missed a couple decades. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand definitely how you feel, but at
definitely
the same time,
not a couple of decades, just one thing.
Almost. But
sound worse.
It sounds worse. But you not just to say that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you kind of look where certain people are at, and I'm not using that to gauge, but nah, bro, you hit the ground running. Like as soon as you came home, it was like, oh shit, Flake home. You know what I'm saying? So social, that's the good thing about social
media is you can still tune in and see what people got going on. And to be honest, I was shocked, like to see the boxing thing, first of all, was dope. You know what I'm saying? But I know you're a boxer, so that wasn't impressive. The impressive part was when I started seeing like the car. You know what I'm saying? The union thing. You know what I'm saying?
It was a legit LLC. It was a legit business. You know what I mean?
Then it's the conversations you have, and like you could see growth in somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that was a dope part for me to see, because like when I go look at people and I check people out on Facebook. It ain't about what they driving or what they. It's really to see where they at mentally now at 40 plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could have been the type to come home and been like, fuck it.
True.
I'm gonna fuck somebody up still for no fucking reason.
I'm on my shit still. Yeah.
I'm gonna go rob something. I'm gonna go do this, but you took the higher road. You know what I'm saying? So that's the salute that we give you here. You know what I'm saying? Here at PMP. So it's really elevation of the mind, really.
True. And that's even a struggle, sometimes. Because I was so used to being and running with a team that was getting money so much and stuff. Right. Now I'm at the point where I gotta learn about credit scores and budgeting and all this stuff, man. Sometimes now I'm like, man, this stuff is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's a learning process, and I got a lot of people in my corner that I can just call and be like, man, it's a female. She's a mentor and a motivational speaker from what I see. That's what I call her. But she's a mentor of her job, and her name is Angel Bartlett. You know what I'm saying? She's from Williamsburg, and I've been knowing her for years. Me and her had a long, deep conversation about budgeting. Okay. I'm at the point now where I just paid for stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was there too.
So I ain't never really sit down and be like, yo, this is what this is, or this how much I make. I know I save a lot,
right?
But I've never actually sat down and just this what this costs, what I'm bringing all in and all this. It just So that's where I'm at now. I told my mom about that last night as well. That's my frustration part. And then it took for Charlie Costa to really tell me, like,
shout out Charlie.
He was like, man, do not let social media fool you. These guys ain't out here living good like you think. Because, man, when I seen people, man, that we grew up with, they had houses, they had careers, they had this, they had that. And I'm like, man.
Right. That's only what they posted.
Niggas post their best moments, and then when they want sympathy, post, hey, something happened or whatever. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, and Charlie, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole fact. Like you said, it's a facade. What the fuck?
Facade. It's the facade.
Yeah, man. You only post your best moments. I'm not gonna post my worst times on there. That's not that it's nobody's business. Y'all don't need that energy. Why the fuck would I post to you what the fuck is going on in my personal life? Fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that love me and that know me, that can reach out to me on my phone number, they'll reach out. Everybody else, move on with your life, man. I'm dealing with something. Ain't even really none of y'all business. You know what I'm saying?
But coming home from prison, I'm only going off what I can see.
Yeah, exactly.
So y'all already been out here and they able to understand that. And I couldn't understand it. All I can go off is what I seen. So I would sit in my bedroom at my mama house.
Yeah.
But good thing when I came home, I had a PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So I'm in the room all day from morning to night. I'm playing PlayStation, thinking like it was a cell. I could hear her walking past the door. I hear the floor in the house creaking. She come past the door, and I'm like, she better not stop right here. I don't feel like talking. My mom got a foul mouth for this. She'll let you know what it is and what it ain't. You need to clean up this damn room and stink up in here. I'm like, come on, man, 39 years old. What the dude for baby boy told the girl, man, y'all bought me a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I thought we family. That's how I felt sometimes and stuff. But yeah, man. Yeah. So that messed with me. I'm coming home, I'm staying with my mom at 39 and everybody else living.
I've tried. I felt that same shit, bro. Like you said, that's a bad feeling when you coming home. Because even when you go out, when you get the opportunity to go out, and you might bag a little something nice, and it's like, I can't really invite you to the crib because I live with my moms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't want to tell the girls.
We damn sure can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
I just asked my mom, you going to wear that? Like high school. You got work today?
Bro, let me tell you, I was there with you, bro. You don't feel bad at all because for the first 8 months I was out of prison, I was with my mom. For the first 6, I was on house arrest.
Yeah.
And it took me like 2 months to get back in the swing of things and save a couple dollars and do what I had to do. But yeah, man, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I know what you mean.
But like I said, it took for Charlie to shine the light on me, man. And he was like, man, look at you, man. You came home, you got a charger on 22. You got every electronic you want, because that's what I had. When I was in there, I was getting money. You know what I'm saying? And I had people and friends and family on the outside that was asking me what I wanted.
Gotcha.
So I told them everything I wanted. PlayStation, this, that. And I had it. I had money on my books from what I saved up in prison, from what I was doing in prison, and all that stuff, running the stove box, and all the other little things that you got to do to survive.
Yeah, you know. And whoever watching, if you know, y'all know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You had to get it.
Hell yeah, 2 for 1.
Yeah. Stove box price.
Yes, sir.
So the next year though,
you should get slapped by the champ for answering your phone call.
Who said that? Who said that?
I don't know who.
It was a business call. First of all, I was trying to get somebody to meet the champ real quick, but they ain't in town. But he's a changed man right now.
Yeah, he's a changed man.
It's Sunday. Well, damn, it is Sunday. I can lay the healing hand down.
You changed, but you changed.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
But I had a game plan before I came home. So I took electrical trade.
Okay.
And I did some research about the electrical field and how much it pay and all this and stuff. And I was like, man, this ain't a job. This is a career. So when you start to get your mind ready for this and that, man, a lot of people, they don't do that.
Yeah.
But I can't go back out there in the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed so many people. I watched my son and daughter grow up through pictures and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I came home. I did residential work for a few years. I mean, what was it, like a year or two before I joined the union? I was with Vega Electrical, and I was doing residential electrical work for a while. And then I met this guy down the street. When we was young, he used to ride his Harley Davidson throughout the neighborhood loud. I'm like, man, that man crazy.
White guy.
Yeah. He used to go around the joint going crazy. And then I seen his electrical truck in front of his house. And then I caught him coming out of his house. And I don't know if y'all remember Ava. I was sitting on her porch at her grandmother's house. The stud type chick.
Okay.
And she played basketball for Demi. But
all right.
So she was like, there you go holler at him. And when I pulled up on him and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, I'm in the union brotherhood, this, that. I was like, let me stop you, man. I just came home from prison. Right. I almost did 18 years. And he was like, he stopped me. He said, you done with that bullshit, ain't you? I was like, huh? I was like, yeah. I said, oh, this a crazy guy coming out there. Yeah. He was like, yeah. He said, I don't give a damn what you did. He said, yo, I done some things that I probably done in the past that probably got me sent away, but I didn't. He says, he started breaking it down. How people tell you, man, there's a lot of us that was supposed to be in prison that they get caught for what they were doing. And he was like, you know what? Follow me. He took me to the union hall. I signed my paperwork there. And man, it's been on from there. That's dope. Yeah, positive movement, man. But it took for John Tucker to come to my mama house.
Shout out John Tucker. I got some clothes from that guy.
To bring me a heavy bag, some boxing gloves, some hand mitts, and told me, man, you need to get out this house. I don't remember you from being stuck in this house. The only time I remember you was from fighting or boxing. And then when he dropped that off at my mama house, I was just looking at this stuff and I was like, oh Lord, here we go.
Was that when you was outside training people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's when it took off. Yeah. And then after that, I went to Rough House Boxing Gym with Rob Jackson and that's when I hooked back up with Kenyon. See, I remember Kenyon from the Moton back in the day when I was 12. And he was the first person I trained when it sparred and all this, that. Rest in peace, Kenyon. And then it was on from there. But my real grind of boxing started at Fort Eustis Army Base with Lloyd Jones, Coach Lloyd Jones. And he built the big dog in me, the fight, the killer in me. He had the thinking part of me going on and stuff. But he put the dog in me. Like, man, I was the only juvenile there. So I'm fighting against professional fighters and Army fighters. So I was the only teenager there, 12 years old. And he pushed and pushed and pushed me. That's why now I got it. I got it in me. So even if I train you, I'm gonna show you how to put the dog in you and bring it out. Even if you're tired and you hurt, I'm gonna give you the skills he gave me and the mindset to take you there.
It's like go.
Yeah. I'm not your friend when we train it. I'm not your friend when that bell go off. We'll talk after I'm done with you. Yeah. That's how I gotta look at him. Once I get done with you, because I ain't getting in that ring to let you beat me up. You know what I'm saying? After I'm done with you, then we'll talk about what is and what ain't, or let's go play PlayStation or something like that. But when I'm in war mode and training mode, I don't got no friends.
And that's what's amazing about somebody that's in like combat sports like that, like boxing, UFC, or something like that. to flip that switch, bro,
Yeah.
to be able to get in that ring. Well, before you get in that ring, you promoting it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this bread, or we're gonna do
whatever
this, whatever we gotta do. But then you flip the switch
And
when
it's
that
on.
bell ding is on. Yeah. And as soon as that, it's back to
The
good
face
fight,
looks
bro.
like everything changed. Baby smile.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That take a different type of, you know what I'm saying?
Let you hit me with a good shot.
Yeah.
My mind, I'm gonna take your head off. I'm gonna take your damn head off. You should have did that. Yeah, so man, and then after I started doing that, other people, you know, we grew up with, because that's where all the children really started from, was from people we grew up with. Like, man, would you train my son? Would you train my daughter?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. How much do you charge?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't charge nothing, because how can I charge you something that I love doing, and at the same time I'm training myself? Especially because of the love that I have for you for growing up and being. See, it's a lot of people that we met in our world that was bad or good for you.
Right.
And all of them was a lesson learned. So even if you was bad, you was a lesson learned. So I ain't gonna charge your child. Right. You know, it's like I learned something from you. You good, I learned something from you. But I thank you for having me, and thank you for being in my world to help me feel confident about myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To keep doing this, because people see something in me to be like, man, can you train my child? Yeah, that make me feel good. You know,
like I said, I'd love to do this. So
yeah,
of course I would.
Yeah, I want to train myself though.
Yeah,
I do. Like, so when you start coming down for your business, I want to set up some training. I do. I do.
You ever thought about making a YouTube page for just training purposes, or like certain routines?
That's coming next.
Okay,
that's coming next.
That's a good idea.
That's coming next. But also, my visits down here is to look at the landscape of things. When I say that, meaning that I want to expand down here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To Atlanta. Yeah. My business is not just to stay here. I mean, in Newport News and Half Fighters. I want this to be more of a brand.
Okay.
More of a corporation where I can go from city to city and have pound for pound everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I done reached out to a few people here. A few people that hit me up last night that want to meet with me today. And man, it's gonna go. And it's the same way UFC started. UFC started in a way where they didn't really have rules, and then they started expanding. So just imagine if next 3-4 years I got 20 or 25 yards all over the United States. Automatically, somebody gonna be like, we need to sanction this.
Yeah, we do.
We need to sanction this. But then again, it's not all about me. It becomes a we thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people need this in a city.
Yeah. They do.
You know, a lot of kids that look at the situation that's happened at Heritage High School.
Yeah. Speak on it.
When this kid, something had to have happened to make you go grab a gun and say, I'm going to this big building full of different big body of people, and I'm gonna just pull out and just go. You know what I'm saying? Something had to have happened to him mentally or emotionally to make him wake up that morning or stay up all that night thinking,
contemplating.
How I'm gonna do this.
I'm hearing a lot of stories, but like you said, there's something.
Yeah, even it was just like I heard it was like over a girl. Even if you just the thought of that, man, this is what I'm about to tell guys, because it was just a situation with a female who told me, man, her ex-boyfriend broke in her house and shot her current boyfriend. Listen to what I'm about to say, man. You are a fool. You kill somebody over a female.
Come on, there you
go. What happened? What you think gonna happen to her once you gone?
Yeah.
It is you didn't took away your life and took away another life. You think her life stopped because you done shot this dude?
Exactly.
Nah.
She fell in love with you more because you done shot this nigga. Like,
hell no.
Not when
She
you
about to be back out there slurping and burping. She's gonna be thinking about you when she was the next man slurping and burping. All you become is a fool to her, and you gone.
That's it.
Here it is. Your life is wasted now. You done took another life. You done hurt people in your family, and hurt yourself, and hurt people on this side of the family. And she don't care about you.
She moved on.
You gone. So now here it is. If the situation was that inherited over a girl, now this dude about to be gone. What you think that girl gonna do? She in high school. She don't know what love is.
Exactly. He about to go do a life big.
And that'd be funny, but you know what prom night is? She ain't even in prom night.
Right.
So you think she'll be thinking about you on that night?
Hell no.
Right.
Because whoever with her that night gonna get something.
Yeah.
It don't even matter who.
It's over with. I be telling dudes, man, you gotta be thinking man these days, man, instead of doing it. You know, outdoors. I done almost 17 years. So I see what it's like for the youth to come in there and what they do and what they don't do and how easy it's trick for them. Man, them guys going crazy over there for soups and chips. Man, them guys doing anything for a pack of cookies. Yo,
Boy, that ain't
crazy.
That's crazy.
And when it's 70 cent. Well, on the store, it's 70 cent. In real life, you know, out here it's a 12-cent soup. But you know what I mean? Like you said, niggas is cracking your melon over that shit.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I want to interrupt because we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now about young African American males, the gun violence,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the wrong paths they take. And now, you know, the majority of, okay, 4 minutes in the back. All right, most of these young men are our sons, cousins, nephews, brothers, and I'm not gonna say we, all of us, but our generation is partially responsible for some of what's going on.
Yeah, true.
So
that's true.
We need to take more action to do something about it.
Yeah.
And we've been saying that for a couple of weeks. So what you do and what you got going on helps that.
Yeah.
But we need to do more.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So I would tell this to the guys that got a name in the neighborhood or they got money or program. Focus on the youth.
You fucking porch monkey.